3. Read. A. Look at the title and the picture of the website. This is the title, Churros with Chocolate, and this is the picture of the website. What do you know about churros? What are they? What are churros? Well, what you see in the picture is what we call churros. These are churros. What are they? They're food similar to donuts. Not donuts, they're similar, not the same. Listen, read, and find out more. Find out more means know more about churros after you read about it. Before we start the reading and the listening, please watch 3D2 vocabulary. A lot of the words we'll be using today will come from that vocabulary lesson. So go and watch it and then come back and watch this one. Okay, I'll play the recording. You listen and read along.
Churros with chocolate. Ingredients: 1 cup of water, 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 6 tablespoons of sugar, 1 cup of flour, 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk, vegetable oil or olive oil, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 200 grams of chocolate. Procedure: prepare the churros. To make the dough, heat the water, butter, salt and 2 tablespoons of sugar in a saucepan. Stir in the flour. Beat with a spoon for about a minute until the dough forms a ball. Remove from the heat. Add the eggs, one by one, add the egg yolk last, to the dough mixture and mix until it is smooth. Heat vegetable or olive oil to 180 degrees Celsius in a deep pan. Put the dough into a cake decorating tube with a large star tip. Carefully squeeze 7 cm strips of dough into the hot oil. Fry 3 or 4 strips at a time until they turn golden brown, 3 to 4 minutes. Turning them once. Put the churros on paper towels. If you want, you can cover your churros with sugar and cinnamon. To do so, mix the rest of the sugar with the cinnamon in a bag. While the churros are still warm, put them in the bag one by one and shake. Leave the churros on a plate to cool completely. Prepare the chocolate. Heat some water in a saucepan and put a bowl over the water. Break the chocolate into small pieces and add them to the bowl. Heat until the chocolate has melted, but don't overcook it. Enjoy! Dip the churros into the chocolate and enjoy or eat them plain. You can even make lots of churros and keep them in the freezer for 3 months. Cultural tip: in Spain, they usually dip churros in hot chocolate. This is a typical Spanish breakfast. They also make churros without cinnamon mixed with sugar, but the cinnamon adds extra flavor.
Alright, let's take it from the top. Churros with chocolate. First, we have the ingredients. Ingredients means everything you're using to make the food. Everything you're using, like flour, sugar, salt. What are the ingredients? What do we need to make churros? First, we need 1 cup of water. Second, we need 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. This is the short form of teaspoon. TSP means teaspoon of salt. We need 6 tablespoons of sugar. We need 1 cup of flour. What is flour? Is it the plant that looks good we use to decorate our living room with? No. This flour is pronounced the same. It is pronounced as flour, but it is spelled differently. F-L-O-U-R. Flour, what we use to decorate our rooms, is F-L-O-W-E-R. This is flour. 2 eggs, 2 whole eggs, and 1 egg yolk. yolk. What is egg yolk? When you break an egg, there's the egg white and there's the egg yolk. The yellow thing is called yolk. This is egg yolk. That means you will need 2 whole eggs, yolks and whites, and 1 just egg yolk. So 3 eggs in total. Then you need vegetable oil, or you can use olive oil. Olive oil is more healthy than vegetable oil. Then 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Ground cinnamon. What is ground? That means it's crushed, not whole cinnamon. Ground means crushed cinnamon, like in the picture. This is ground cinnamon. This is whole cinnamon. 200 grams of chocolate. The procedure. What does procedure mean? What do you need to do with these ingredients to get the final result? Now you have the ingredients. What do you do with them? Procedure. Procedure. Like if there is ja. Procedure. Prepare the churros. To make the dough. What is the dough? After you mix flour with water, what do you get? You get a dough. To make it, you need to heat the water. When you heat the water, you make it hot. Heat the water, make the water hot. Butter, salt, and 2 tablespoons of sugar in a saucepan. That means you bring a saucepan, you put the water, the butter, the salt, the sugar, and then you heat them. Then you stir using a spoon. You stir in the flour. You put the flour. Beat with a spoon. Keep beating for about a minute until the dough forms a ball, until it starts looking like a ball, like in the picture. See, this is a spoon. You beat the flour, the butter, the sugar, everything until it makes a ball, until it forms a ball. Then you remove from the heat. You take it away from the heat. Add the eggs 1 by 1. Don't put all the eggs together. No, 1 by 1. That means you break an egg and you put it. You break the second egg, you put it, and then you put the egg yolk. Add the egg yolk last. This is the last thing you do to the dough mixture. A mixture is basically the things that you put together and mix becomes a mixture. Eggs, butter, water, it's a mixture of things. And mix. Mix is the verb. Mixture is the noun. After you mix the butter with the water and salt and sugar, you have a mixture of ingredients until it is smooth, no lumps in it. It is smooth. Heat vegetable or olive oil to 180 degrees Celsius. C means Celsius. What is Celsius? It's a unit for measuring heat. Just like meters, we use meters, M, to measure lengths. We use C, Celsius, to measure heat, how hot this thing is. Heat vegetable or olive oil to 180 degrees Celsius in a deep pan. Put the dough into a cake decorating tube. What is a tube? Well, here is a picture of a tube. This is a tube. It is used to decorate food with a large star tip. Do you see the tip? This is the tip of the tube. It looks like a star. Can you see that? It looks like a star. Star tip. Carefully squeeze. When you squeeze, you press on the tube. 7 centimeters stripes. This is the length of the stripes, 7 centimeters of dough into the hot oil, just like you see in the picture. You squeeze. This is the decorating tube. How long should you make the stripe? Around 7 centimeters in hot oil. 3 or 4 stripes at a time. That means don't fill the pan with stripes, just make 3 or 4, no more than 4 stripes until they turn golden brown. When you first squeeze these stripes, their color is ivory, white or ivory. You keep them in the oil until their color changes to golden brown. That will take around 3 to 4 minutes. Turning them once, you turn them, you just don't keep them the way they are. You bring something like a spoon or anything to turn them just once. Don't keep turning them, just once. Put the churros on paper towels. What are paper towels? These are paper towels. If you want, you can cover your churros with sugar. When you cover something, you put something else on top of it. You can put sugar on top of these churros. You can cover the churros with sugar and cinnamon. To do so, mix, like mixture. You mix the rest of the sugar with the cinnamon and you put them in a bag. Here's the bag. Not like the bag you use for your school. It's a plastic bag. While the churros are still warm, don't wait for the churros to cool down. While they are still warm, you put them in the bag which has the sugar and the cinnamon, one by one, and shake. You keep shaking. You move it up and down or from side to side with rapid, forceful, jerky movement. Leave the churros on a plate to cool completely. You let it cool down after that. Now prepare the chocolate. To prepare the chocolate, you need to heat some water in a saucepan and put a bowl over the water. Break the chocolate into small pieces and add them to the bowl. Make them hot until the chocolate has melted, until the chocolate becomes like water. But don't overcook it. When you overcook something, you cook it for a very long time. You keep cooking it more than the required time. And then you can enjoy. Dip the churros into the chocolate and enjoy, or eat them plain. Some people don't like chocolate, so they can eat these churros plain, means without chocolate, without anything, just churros by themselves. You can even make lots of churros and keep them in the freezer for 3 months. Okay, cultural tip. Now this is the second time today we see this word tip. I will show you where the first one was, like large star tip. In here, this tip means the end of this thing is the tip. Star tip. This is a large star tip. In here, the same word has a different meaning, the same spelling, the same pronunciation. This tip means advice, cultural advice. In Spain, they usually dip churros in hot chocolate. This is a typical Spanish breakfast. Typical means like the standard breakfast, the ideal breakfast. They also make churros without cinnamon mixed with sugar, but the cinnamon adds extra flavor, makes it more tasty, give it a flavor. Alright, now let's move on and answer these questions. B. Read the recipe again. What we just read is called a recipe. A recipe is the ingredients and the procedure needed to make a dish. This is the recipe. What is a recipe? The recipe is the ingredients and the procedure needed to make a dish like churros or any other dish. What do the words in bold refer to? These are the words in bold. they refer to what? When we say that we need 6 of these what? You need 6 of what to make churros? If we move back, you need 6 tablespoons of sugar. This is what you need. 6 what? Tablespoons. By the way, when you read this, you don't say 6 tablespoon sugar. This is how you write it, but this is not how you read it. When you read this, you say 6 tablespoons of sugar. You add the plural s and you add of sugar. 6 tablespoons of sugar. You don't say 6 tablespoon sugar, 6 tablespoons of sugar. So the answer here is tablespoons of sugar. Okay, you need this much sugar to make the dough. How much sugar do you need to make the dough? Just the dough, not the whole thing. No. We know that we need 6 tablespoons of sugar to make the churros, but just for the dough, you need 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, you fry the churros for this long. How long? How much time should you take to fry the churros? 3 to 4 minutes until they turn golden brown, until their color changes to golden brown. What is golden brown? Look at the picture. This is golden brown color. They look beautiful. 4. You put sugar and cinnamon there. Where do you put sugar and cinnamon? There. There where? In the bag. You put them in the bag. 5. You mustn't overcook this. What mustn't you overcook? We know that you mustn't overcook the churros. In the reading, we mentioned that something mustn't be overcooked, and that thing was the chocolate. You mustn't overcook the chocolate. Just keep it in the heat until it melts. 6. You can keep churros there for 3 months. There where? Where can you keep the churros? In the freezer. 7. Spanish people usually dip churros in this. They dip it where? Where do they dip the churros? In chocolate. In hot chocolate. Okay, thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please share it with friends. Goodbye.